What's good, YouTube? You already know who it is, man. It is your boy, Jerry Fit, and we are back to react to what's new on the tube, man. We got another body cam banger for y'all. EWU, when a YouTuber becomes a mass killer. Well, we've had a couple of, I feel like EWU is always on the YouTubers that turn bad, bro. Like, I don't know how they have the tail on everybody that retires from YouTube and then goes to commit crimes, but hey, man, they keep posting them, so we're going to keep reacting. I don't even know who they're talking about. I don't know who this guy is just based off the looks of it. So if you guys don't, let me know in the comments. But we're obviously gonna learn about him throughout the video and such. So you guys know the drill, man. Get your popcorn, roll up, get your water, get your snacks, do whatever you gotta do, man. Because this one's kind of a longer one. But before you do that, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Turn on post notifications because we're posting every day. You don't want to miss anything that we're posting, man. Not afraid to react to anything. So let's just jump into this video, man.
Oh my life. I said, that boy gonna kill somebody.
Oh.
He's menacing, he's evil, he's crooked, he's maniacal, he's dirty, and he kind of makes you want to punch him and kill him. A day really wouldn't go by where somewhere or another I didn't think about killing somebody.
Dude, what?
Too much exposure to violence had built up over all the things that I had like shot and all that stuff.
He said, I just want you to know that they did not suffer. And his whole voice changed from sweet to, I made sure of that.
If anyone was going to hurt him, it was going to be me. But I guess I could protect him for myself.
Bro, this dude is crazy.
Influencers, Mr. Anime carved out a niche with anime reviews and short films on YouTube's early platform. Beneath his persona, however, was a growing obsession. As his videos took on a darker edge, the increasing violence foreshadowed the horrific act to come. No warning was clearer or more disturbing than the title of one of his final videos. Mr. Anime is planning something.
Man.
In 2006, 17-year-old Trey Eric Zessler created his YouTube channel.
And it sucks that, like, bro, this is gonna paint, like, people who kind of, like, stated themselves in such, like, a weird light, like, because there's a bunch of people out there who, like, stated themselves and, like, post kind of videos like these who are completely, like, normal people. And it just sucks that, you know, like, the stereotype is gonna grow to, like, not try to hang with these people or, like, think that they're weird and try to make fun of them and shit like that because of fucking idiots like this guy who just go and try to hurt people, which sucks. So
Productions.
We do have a good show for you today. We're partying back there.
like, you guys know what I mean,
Partying
man.
up here.
I'm not trying to say anything about anyone,
Though
but
his audience never realized it, the growing madness was slowly consuming Trey, and they had a front row seat to his slow and disturbing descent.
Alright, first of all, we've changed up our table a little bit. We now have this. It's the POS gun. We destroy pieces of with it, and we're definitely going to be destroying this after we're done with it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was so bad in my mind that I just want to kill somebody.
Over the years, his videos began to show signs of a deteriorating mental state, with some reviews lacking his usual enthusiasm.
Shinji tries a hero, experiences fear and loneliness, and I would like to challenge anyone out there that has never had thoughts of fear or loneliness in their life.
Viewers soon began to notice changes in both his appearance and demeanor, as well as an unsettling shift in content.
Oh, how you doing, everyone? It's Mr. Anime. Or you can call me Trey. You can call me the guy that does the video game reviews. You can call me
dude, he looks like he's off something in this video, like drugs, hard.
There's all the gun stuff now. Basically, what I'm going to do is, and it's just pretty childish and ridiculous, is blow up the couch to the best of my 9mm abilities. So let's see what we can do.
They actually, this can be showed on YouTube.
Whoa, I wouldn't want to be sitting on that couch right now.
Soon to be revealed are the haunting details of Trey's own confessions, most of which has never been heard before until now. It began on March 20th, 2012, when, according to news articles, a welfare check led Waller, Texas authorities to the Zessler family home, the same house that had served as the backdrop for many of Trey's videos. What had once been a stage for fictional violence had become the site of real, unspeakable carnage. In the garage, an older woman was found motionless in her blood-soaked pajamas, half buried beneath a pile of junk and debris.
Bro,
the very
what?
same room where Trey once filmed several anime reviews.
But this isn't actually a horror anime. I think it is. I think it's horror and horrible. Horrible.
Curled on the floor of the hallway bathroom, a young man lay in a pool of dry blood. The same room that once served as the set for Trey's short film, Eaten.
That's so crazy, bro.
Very good.
Bro, what is this dude's obsession?
You can come on in.
In a bedroom, an older man was found still in his bed, with his legs hanging over the side and his head pressed into the
Come
pillow.
on, bro.
Each of the 3 victims sustained multiple gunshot wounds.
The only reason we're here is because the freaking police seized my property with the martial arts training center because we killed 3 people.
Nearly every room in the house reflected a violent outburst, with wrecked furniture, shattered picture frames, and holes in the drywall. Scrawled across the walls was
Dude,
a
this
chilling
is
confession,
crazy.
leaving no doubt the man behind the mass murders was Trey Eric Sessler. After the horrifying discovery, police tracked Trey to his friend Casey's house. Police surrounded it, arresting both Trey and Casey, who had no idea that a murderer had just spent the night at his house.
I don't get it. I mean, somebody leave my comment. He was like, Casey, I'm watching Fox 26 News, and you're on there. It's something about your buddy Trey killing somebody, or doing something, or trying to do something. I'm like, what? And I just didn't know what to do. I'm like, what happened to 26? I go like, Trey, I'm like, dude, what's going on? All of a sudden, he's like bolting out the door, and I don't even know which way he went. And I went out the back door, and I ran around. I'm like, what's going on? And I saw lights, and I wasn't trying to resist or run. I was just trying to get to my front yard, and I saw all these helicopters, and they attacked them.
Dude, that's crazy.
Casey were taken into
This is why you always gotta fucking know who your friends are, man. You gotta keep, like, track of, like, the shit that they be into, bro. Because, dude, like, how, like, no offense to this Trey, dude. I mean, I don't even give a fuck if I offend him. Yeah, it said he's a mass killer, exactly. So I don't even give a fuck if I offend him. But, like, dude, you see him posting up with all these guns and shit. Like, you don't think maybe you want to check in on, like, the way that he's toting them around. Like, you don't think maybe you want to check in on, like, what his purpose is for? Like,
custody. During questioning, Casey told investigators he had no knowledge of the murders and was not intentionally harboring Trey at his home. Although investigators were initially skeptical, it was Trey who would later reveal the entire truth. 1 month after his arrest, Trey sat down with detectives and delivered a full taped confession, revealing not only how and why he committed such a brutal crime, but also unveiling a disturbing plan he had nearly carried out in the aftermath.
You wanted to talk to us, is that correct? Yeah, go ahead, ask anything. Is there a particular reason you wanted to talk to us one more time? I was, I don't know if this is correct, but I was reading in some news articles that you guys are having a problem establishing a timeline. I have a clearer picture. You do? Yes.
Before recounting the day he took 3 lives, Trey pointed to years of escalating red flags, dark obsessions, and a fixation on violence that ultimately went unnoticed.
There's just a pattern of, there's tons of opportunities where someone could have intervened, but no one did.
that's so sad to hear, man, but it's too late, bro. Nobody gives a fuck.
Fascination with guns.
My little brother and I stayed over at Trey's house, and he showed us a lot of different handguns and stuff, but the one that really sticks out was an AR-15, and he had a 100-round drum attached to it, and that was kind of one, because he mentioned that if you sprayed it into a crowd, you could kill a bunch of people. I was just like, I felt very uneasy about that, I know.
And then you continue to be friends with the dude like this, bro?
Japanese sniper rifle with extended clip, and that's when it.
And, like, I don't care, like, don't get it fucked up. Like, I believe in everybody's rights to have arms and shit, but, like, bro, I don't care who you are, bro. If you're fucking flexing the amount of guns that you have around to me, like, saying that all the firepower you use could be, or all the firepower that you have could be used to, like, hurt people, I'm gonna find you weird as fuck, and I'm gonna stay very far away from you.
Told me he was going across.
Like, hunting and shit is different, bro. Like, keeping a gun collection, sure. But saying you're, like, you could hurt people with all this, how much you could hurt people, big red flag, man.
Right then, it rung. I told my wife, I said, that boy's gonna kill somebody.
I've heard some rumors that there are a couple people around town that aren't so satisfied with Mr. Anime Review. I don't know why, but I've got a little bit of inside info that they're going to be coming for me tonight. So, I'll be ready.
While speaking with investigators,
This is
Trey revealed
tripping.
a disturbing incident that happened when he was just 13 years old.
I had a CO2-powered BB pistol with me, and I took off down the road, and they sent my brother Mark after to catch me. They're like, go get him. And I saw Mark coming up behind me, and I turned to him. I started opening fire on him with the BB pistol, and I saw him kind of cover, and then he took off running back down the road. So I went all the way down the road to the bank, and to my, at that time, pleasant wasn't surprised. There was a police officer sitting there at the ATM machine. I reached behind me and I pulled the beauty pistol out, and I didn't point it at him. I held it away. I was like, I got a gun. And instantly he pulled his gun out and had it on me. I threw the gun down, and he came over and apprehended me. Did you guys go see CPA, child, juvenile probation, any of those people? For that incident? Yeah. No, they dropped the whole thing.
Many of his videos featured stage guns and fantasy killings, fictional brutality played out for the camera.
I really got killed, that guy. I'm not gonna pay you.
But behind the scenes, real violence was beginning to take shape in far more unsettling ways.
I thought he loved animals like I do. You know, I just thought that he loved them, and he would never, ever dream of hurting an animal. And I guess I was wrong.
Freeze, right? And yeah, I don't know how true it was, but they were mentioning that there was all those animal graves and stuff. Oh, hey, Mr. Anime here. Don't mind me, though. Just doing a little bit of gardening. Nothing interesting about that.
They did have chickens, and here at this house, and they all died. And I don't know why. I just thought they died.
I loved this chicken to death, and this was a picture of right before she got sick and died eventually. I don't know, but he had like a rabbit, and he was real attached to it, and all of a sudden it just, like everybody, like the whole family thought something broke in and took it, and you know.
See, this is what...
Bro, what?
If something got in the cage...
Bro, if someone breaks in and steals, like, nobody's breaking into the crib to steal your rabbit, bro. If somebody's broke in, they're looking for, like, something that serves them. Even if it's someone homeless, bro, like, what does having a rabbit do for them? Like, they can't even sell that. And it's not like they can even kill it and eat it, bro. Like, you gotta think. Like, why would somebody break into a house and steal a rabbit?
And got the rabbit. Why wasn't there rabbits everywhere? If he took it so hard when his little animal would die, I don't know why he kept going through it and getting more and more and more. They would always.
I swear to God, so.
What is that?
You only talk when the camera's not clear. Don't share it.
Trey revealed a deeply disturbing incident to investigators, describing the time he found a lost Doberman and brought it home with him.
One day, just in a bad mood, I took the dog into the garage. I put a sheet over my driver's seat so it wouldn't scratch off the fabric with its claws. It was just sitting out at first, and I didn't put the seatbelt on it. And I took it out to Snow Road, and I had a little semi-automatic 22 that I sold a long time ago. But I just proceeded to shoot the dog.
Okay. Yep. Done with YouTube for today. So that happens when you watch too many videos, man. Everybody just thinks that this world is a fucking game, bro. People out here torturing, hurting animals, hurting people like it's nothing, man. Fucking sickening, dude. Disgusting.
They attempted to ransom it back to its owner, but she'd already learned it had been killed through a farmer who found the dog's remains. He then maliciously taunted her by telling her he was the one who took its life.
I was totally sober when I shot my cat. I just got home from a long shift at work, and I don't know why, but I opened the door and I had a little kid in there. And I started attacking it for some reason. I don't know why.
This dude has.
I can't even say to this day why I did that.
This dude is.
I grabbed the barrel 20 gauge that I gave to my brother, and I stuck a buckshot shell in it. I pulled the hammer back and I shot the cat basically like in half.
Dude.
I called my parents and I told them about what happened, and he told me he actually shot the cat. I told them to help me come up and clean it up, and they wouldn't come up. I called them basically yelling at the top of my lungs. I was like, I just started getting, you want me to come up here right now and help me clean it up? And they were like, they're like, you need to call me out here right now. I'm like, you want me to get up here right now? Like, we don't want to come up there with you, this upset. I threw the phone down and started cleaning up the blood. Waller County.
Bro, but what are the parents doing after something like that, man? Like, why don't they fucking call the police, bro? Try to get this dude some help. He's clearly not fucking normal.
There's a lot of cows, and a lot of horses. I was thinking, I can easily go to a pasture and fire a high-velocity rifle at a cow. The other cows can't rat out. I mean, they can't say anything.
His brutality toward animals marked the early signs of something far more disturbing. and those closest to Trey had begun to notice the cracks in his sanity.
The one thing that I found a little strange, there was this, I got the guitar, and Mark was wanting to play the drums, we were going to write music. One song that Trey suggested we write was something called The Beast in My Head. I just thought that those kind of strange, and actually I asked Mark, I was like, why do you think he wants us to write that? He's like, I don't think he's got a beast in his head.
After a chilling research paper was later discovered on his laptop, Trey began to reveal what had truly been on his mind.
When I had done all the serial killer studies, I had contemplated purposefully turning myself into a serial killer. But I looked at the requirements to be one of those, and you have to kill 3 people, and it has to be there has to be a cooling down period between the murders, and I just couldn't commit to that.
Bro, this dude literally needs to be locked up under the jails, bro. There needs to be a special jail for people like this.
Ted Bundy, David Berkowitz, Eileen Wuornos, Jerry Brudos, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Kit Kinkle, figures whose gruesome legacies appeared to fuel his dark curiosity.
The reason that I had studied all these people was because I wanted to see what their strengths were, what their weaknesses were, the number of people that were killed and injured according to what weapons they had, which weapons would be most effective. I even graded the weapons on a 1 to 10 scale with an explanation of why I gave that grading. People like Kid Kinkle with the 22 got low scores. I know you're very familiar with Charles Wick, the UT sniper who was in the clock tower. People like him that had army training and high-powered sniper rifles got higher scores because they knew what weapons were necessary going into the crime to commit maximum damage.
Yo, this dude is actually fucking insane, bro. Like genuinely.
In 2009, Trey took a break from short films and anime reviews to rant on the topic of school shootings.
Oh my
I'm ranting on something a little bit anime unrelated. I'm ranting on all the shootings that have been happening. Pittsburgh, New York, Alabama, California. They had an article that were like, well, the economy's gone bad. Everyone's losing their job and getting mad and shooting everybody. Yeah, I guess that makes sense since a lot of the shooters lately have recently lost their job. But I'm a firearms owner myself, but it is a little bit disturbing to know that you could be a victim in something like this at these times. All the people that were victims, you think it won't happen to me, but sometimes it does. But seriously, every day I open Yahoo, I'm like, well, time to see what today's shooting is, and hey, there's another one.
Trey detailed a series of plans to investigators and revealed that he saved satellite images of specific locations. One in particular was Waller Junior High School.
This plan involved striking about 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. during the lunch crowd, and the idea was pretty much to somehow breach the Black Gate, either by ramming it with a car, or that was pretty much the only way to do it. And basically you do the same thing that Kid Kinkle did, except
This dude is fucking sick.
the 22 rifle, it would be a more
Can't stand
high-powered
motherfuckers
rifle.
like
They
him.
wouldn't go by where, it sounds terrible, but they really wouldn't go by that, in some way or another, I didn't think about.
Like, why would you want to live your life to just harm people, bro? Like, that's the most gruesome, disgusting thing I've ever heard come out of someone's mouth.
He's menacing, he's evil, he's crooked, he's maniacal, he's dirty, and he kind of makes you want to punch him and kill him. I mean, my mind's in good. I couldn't get my mind off of it. Like, I mean, why? My mind would not leave it. I was doing the amateur filmmaking stuff, and it really wasn't getting me the notoriety that I was looking for. Why do you feel you need the notoriety to take someone else's life to get notoriety? I felt like it. I no longer feel that way because of what happened in my house. It's a little too traumatizing to think about.
Trey would soon describe with chilling clarity the grim horrors that unfolded inside his family home. For now, things with Trey seemed to take a turn in August of 2010, when he moved out to live on his own in Hempstead, Texas.
My grandmother passed away a while ago, and now I moved in, so I now have a new house. He was very paranoid while he was staying at that Hempstead home by himself. Yeah, because there's a lot of crime and stuff, and he's always kept his guns closed. Like, I mean, was anybody after him? No. He just was afraid of somebody coming and breaking in. I had somebody locks on the bedroom door and stuff like that, and there would be times where I would tie the front and the back door together with me stitching cords so no one could open and get in. And there was an instance where in the living room on the ceiling fan I had a shotgun rigged to the door to fire pointed it to the front entry all the way.
Wow.
I took that down pretty fast because I was like, well, what if, my mom or my dad come in one day and accidentally open the door?
By December 2011, Trey had begun experiencing health issues, a development that left many of his viewers concerned.
I've had a little bit of shortness of breath lately and a little bit of back pain and stuff. I haven't been sleeping too well. My eyes are a little swollen thus far in these sunshades, and it seems like I've got the diagnosis of pneumothorax. So, if you're religious, I would appreciate it if you pray for me.
In February of 2012, he uploaded a video titled "Mr. Anime is Trying Something."
They said this. They said that this was the last video he uploaded, bro.
Yeah, to let you guys know that I'm going to reward myself with probably a 2 or 3 week break coming up here from YouTube videos, anime reviews in particular. I might do some blog stuff. I want to thank you guys a lot for sticking with me and watching the channel. I got more subscribers than ever. I have more views than ever, and everything is going really good.
So why would you just throw that all away to be stupid,
The
man?
video was removed from his channel for unknown reasons, and many took it as a clue for the brutal act that would soon unfold. Less than a week before the tragic killings, Trey allegedly uploaded another in which he updated his followers on a positive change in his life.
The good news is that I now found a full-time job in a department that I'm interested in, which is film. I'm still going to be doing the Google thing, though, and I'm still going to be doing videos. So keep supporting Mr. Anime. I'll still be doing anime reviews, but probably not as many, because this job will be full-time. But thanks to all of y'all, I've been able to be recognized by some people, and I'm going to be doing some good stuff.
But whatever future Trey may have had, took a shocking turn. While most news articles list March 20th as the tragic day the killings took place, first-hand accounts from Trey state the events unfolded earlier, beginning on the night of Sunday, March 18th, when he visited his family in Waller. It was then that an accidental discharge set an already troubled mind in motion.
I accidentally fired a round off from the 22, and it hit my bed. I believe there's a bullet hole in the bed, and nobody heard it. It was flashing online that they didn't hear the gun go off, so it kind of told me I could fire 22 in the house without it being heard.
Later that night, he had a few drinks with his brother Mark before deciding to return to Hempstead.
So he stays in the room, and I go and I get in my Mustang, and I drive to Hempstead, and should have been drunk driving, but I was. You know the drink Four Loko?
Oh my gosh, bro.
After consuming the alcohol, Trey then made the fateful decision to return to his family home.
Dude, there's no telling what this dude's mind state was, bro. Four Loko, if you're familiar, dude, it's just like, it's basically bad decisions in a can, dude. You drink that shit, bro. Bro, if you know, you know, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And they said this is back in the day, bro. Like when they had when they weren't regulated at all and shit.
So I go inside.
GG's, man.
My mom's like, "Where'd you go?" Because I left at like 12 at night or 7. So she was like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Oh, I went to Hempstead." And I'm like, "I'd like you to come out in the garage and look at my car bumper because I had been in an accident about a week or 2 earlier." So she comes out and she gets about halfway down the car length. And God forbid, so I pick up the 22, I turn to her, and she starts to say something, but she doesn't get anything. She doesn't get anything words off. And I fire about 4 times.
Juan Sessler, Trey's mother, was
That's your
37
fucking
years
mom,
old.
bro.
Over the years, she played several supporting roles in Trey's films.
Are you the monster hunter?
That's me.
There's a vicious monster over there in the woods. Would you take care of it?
Of course. Being a sacred monster family fighter has been in my family forever.
Her tragic death marked only the beginning for Trey, whose night of horror was only the beginning.
After I did that, I was like, well, I'm already committed, really. Can't really go to my brother and my dad and be like, yeah, I just killed their mom. So I put the 22 down, and I go into the house, and my brother intercepts me in the hallway. He's like, what was that? He's like, I don't know what you're doing out there, but it was really loud. And I don't say anything to him. I just quietly walk past him, go in my room, I pick up my Glock 9mm that is full of TAP PDF hollow point rounds, And I go into the hallway.
And the fact that he remembers it all so perfectly, like you're not even like shocked or anything. It's like,
It doesn't click with him what's going on. Because I walk around the house with guns a lot sometimes. And I shoot at him twice. I don't know if I hit him or not. I think I probably did. And he darts into the bathroom and slams the door and locks it. I go up to the door and start kicking at it. I can't get it open. And about that time, my dad is in bed. And he hears the Glock shots. And he kind of gets up half asleep. And he's like, oh, he don't know what's going on. So I run in there. I shoot at him a couple times, I think twice. And he goes limp on the bed. I flip the light on and I see he's got this wound in his neck.
His father, Lawton Sessler, was 58 years old. At this point, Trey's older brother Mark was still hiding in a family bathroom.
So I go back to the bathroom door and I start shooting through the door. And I shoot through the door probably 5, 6, or 7 times. And I start kicking at the door again. I can't get it open. So I blow the deadbolt out with 2 shots, I think. I kick the door open. And my brother's lying there in this big pile of blood. Everybody thinks it's a bad sight. And I was like, okay. Here's that's got him.
Mark Sessler was only 26 years
rest in
old.
peace, man, to the entire family.
In Trey's early films, often enrolled for his
Bro, they supported him this entire time, and he fucking did them like that. That's so fucking like, dude, this dude's a fucking piece of shit.
Killed. Viewed today, these scenes carry a haunting weight.
I will tell you something that Mark told me about a month and a half before everything happened. And Mark mentioned, he said, don't be surprised if you hear on the news that we've all been killed by Trey.
Was he scared, Trey?
No, it was kind of weird the way, like, he didn't really seem afraid at all. Like, he almost accepted it. So I was like, well, since I already shot 3 people, I don't want anyone to be suffering, laying on the floor for hours, moaning and groaning. So I'm like, I gotta retrace with a more powerful weapon and shoot him again.
What?
Trey then stalked through the family home, shooting his mother, father, and brother again with an AR-15.
Bro, nah, bro. This dude is fucking, like, dude. This dude better never see the light of day again, bro. Like, this is some crazy shit that people, like, actually do.
What he'd already done was horrifying. But soon, Trey will confess just how close he came to committing yet another atrocity. For now, Trey recounts what happened next, once the reality of what he'd done began to sink in.
And about that time, it was about 1 o'clock, 12:31. The next morning, it's Monday morning. And after all that, I just kind of lose it, and I start trashing the house, because I'm like in another zone, I guess. I throw a couple bookshelves over, throw my dad's TV over, start shooting at the TV, start shooting at the light fixtures, poke some holes in the sheet.
Where are his neighbors throughout all of this? Nobody heard none of this going on?
With the AR-15, that you probably knew because there was small residue on the end of the barrel. Same thing with the Glock. I kind of used it to knock some family pictures stuff off the wall because I didn't really want to look at it at that time. I shot out some windows toward the woods. It's as ridiculous as it sounds, even though I just did that to my family. I didn't want to shoot at people's houses. I don't know, because the thing about my family is I would protect them with my life. Like, if anyone ever tried to get in there and hurt them, I would go after them real fast.
I don't know what is going through this dude's head right now, but, like, he's clearly, something is wrong with him. Because how are you going to say that you would die to protect your family and then hurt your family yourselves? This is a crazy, like, weird little complex that he has going on, man. Trying to make himself sound good.
At the same time, if anyone was going to hurt him, it was going to be me. I protect him, but I wouldn't let anyone else get to him. So I guess I could protect him for myself.
Trey's murderous rampage, however, was far from over. The family had pets.
Yes, I go to my dad's bird cage. He had 2 little finches, and I started shooting at the bird cage with the Glock. And then I took the bird cage and I chomped it as hard as I could against the wall, and I think that I got the second one, I'm not sure. I hear my ferret running around in his cage, and I totally forgot about it. I was like, I really hate to do this, because I really like that little guy. It's weird looking. I mean, look at this thing. What the hell is this?
Bro couldn't stop after he killed his entire family. He had to knock off the animals, too.
I mean, it's pretty adorable. I gotta go, ow. Okay, that's not adorable. I go in there and I fire a shot at the ferret with the 9mm, and I think that I hit him. And then I go down to my room with the Glock still in my hand, and I have a cichlid fish and a 20-gallon fish tank. So I shoot, I fire once, and the whole fish tank just blows out. And then I go back to the garage, sitting next to her, and I'm just kind of sitting there. I don't know if I dozed off or not.
At some point during the chaos, Trey scrolled messages across the walls and doors of the family home. They read, "I'll never forgive myself. I don't know why I did this. God help me. I love my mom, dad, and brother." Though the media speculated as to the motives behind his callous attack, Trey would later explain what he believes ultimately led to the tragedy. For now, he continues his account, stating that by noon, police had not arrived despite the sounds of gunfire.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I finally decided to head out of the house because this was just front to back, shrouded in death, like a cloud of death. I was like, every time I looked at everything, it was just worse and worse.
Trey plays phone calls to each of his parents' workplaces, the elementary school where his father was a teacher, and the Waller Times newspaper where his mother worked, claiming they were sick. Then he left the home in his black GT Mustang, and with a car filled with firearms, ammunition, and a case of beer,
Oh my gosh,
drove to
bro.
the parking lot of the Waller Junior High School.
And I was sitting there, and I have it timed to where it's about 2:45. It's time for school to let out. And I see the flood of people going.
There's no
This guy
way.
staring at him. And I'm like, there's my opportunity. Go ahead, go get him. You have an AR-15 in the back with 30, 60, 90, 120, 150 rounds. And I'm even sitting there drinking my beers, watching. And obviously, as you guys know, I don't do anything. I would have done it if I would have wanted to do that. But I did not do that. Because maybe it's just what happened was too real.
Trey left the school parking lot with no one realizing how narrowly they
Yeah, that's
escaped
wild,
disaster.
bro. Like, the people don't even know how much
Frank Casey's house, where he spent the night.
chaos could have been caused that day.
Police surrounded the home.
He goes outside, and I go outside, and I have my Glock in my hand, and slowly ready to fire, I think, because I'm like, well, it's obvious that there's going to be about 50 people or whatever just sitting on me. And then I noticed that Casey's standing next to me, and I'm like, well, if I start shooting, there's a 100% possibility I can safely say that me and probably Casey are going to get hit by police gunfire. So once again, there's no reason for anyone else to get hurt. So I take the Glock and throw it in the grass and give it up. And then I get apprehended.
Though many details of the tragedy had fallen into place, one question still lingered that could only be answered by Trey himself.
I mean, do you have any idea what set you off? You know, there wasn't any kind of argument. I can safely say that. I guess too much exposure to violence had built up over all the things that I had like shot and all that stuff. But why them? Why your mom, your dad, your brother? I guess I could maybe because they were the first immediate human targets in my sight. Well, I read a report on how they got that information, but they said that I claimed that I did all that because I wanted to spare them the embarrassment or whatever. But that's not really accurate. I guess they were just targets of opportunity, I guess. Was it something you fantasized about doing, and then kind of thought, I don't know, I'll do it? I never fantasized about murdering my family. It was premeditated maybe an hour before it happened, or 30 minutes before it happened. But if I would have...
What's crazy is this whole video is brought to us by the fact that he wanted to clear out why he actually did it in the newspapers. If you remember in the beginning of the video, he said the newspapers were saying that they were having a hard time like clarifying the timeline and his actual motive behind it. He really just wanted to tell them for the love of the game. Like, that's crazy. Ridiculous.
If you don't want to come to me and ask me, are you going to kill your family tonight? I would definitely have said no.
On March 21st, 2012, one day after his arrest, Trey called his grandmother, who just lost her son, and his Aunt Liz, who lost a beloved brother.
I don't know, Grandma. I just wanted to apologize.
Well,
For what I did inside.
if you believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and are really sincere, God will forgive you.
I don't know what to say. I know you must be my lips.
I did.
I'm so sad.
It blew us away what you did. We don't understand it, but we still love you.
I have family.
Bro, she's really strong to say some shit like that.
I know you are.
I don't think God will ever forgive me.
His Aunt Liz visited Trey in jail on April 8th, Easter Sunday, where she was left haunted by his spine-chilling words.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
says, Aunt Liz, I don't want you to be disappointed in me. And then he voluntarily, out of the blue clear sky, said, Aunt Liz, I just want you to know that they did not sink
Oh
her.
my
And
gosh,
his whole
bro.
voice changed from sweet to, I made sure of that.
Dude, this dude is a
22-year-old
menace,
Trey
man.
Eric Sessler was ultimately charged with 3 counts of capital murder. On August 2nd, 2012, after entering a plea of guilty on all counts, he was sentenced to life
Yeah,
imprisonment
good, bro.
without the possibility of parole.
Better not see the fucking
He's
light of
currently
day,
being
man.
held at the CT Terrell unit in Rochelle, Texas.
This is Trey Sessler, or as you know me, Mr. Anime, signing out. Goodbye, my friends.
What a
EWU reached
crazy.
out to Trey for an interview. He responded in 2024, stating he has no new information to offer, and suggesting there are far more interesting stories than his, adding, the memories associated with what I was involved in are best left alone. Trey's YouTube channel, LensCap Productions, remained active for 8 years following the murders until it was removed from the platform in 2020.
Hey man, that's gonna do it for this video, bro. What do you guys think, bro? How is he able to respond to like the email and shit if he's in prison, bro? That's like crazy, dude. But anyway, man, yeah, I'm glad he doesn't get to see the light of day, bro. Glad he doesn't get to make anything out of his story, like a book or anything, because you know some of these guys are sick. They'll make books and films and sell the story rights, try to get a quick buck, bro, and it's fucking sick, man. But yeah, that was a good body cam. Shout out to EWU, man. Appreciate you letting us use the content, bro. You guys already know the drill, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications because you know we're posting every day. You don't want to miss anything, bro. Appreciate you guys tuning in with me. I'll see y'all in the next video, man.